Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Super Platinum Achievement. I'm Austin.
And I'm Mitch.
And today we are going to talk about our favorite controllers. So we made a top 5 list, I did 10, 5, of our favorite controllers of all time. Top 5
controllers of all time.
Number 5.
The Super Nintendo controller. Now, this one is on here because it pioneered and kind of made controllers what they are today. It had your 4 buttons, the X, Y, A, and B. It had a D-pad, which is probably to this day still the best D-pad out there. Had your L and R buttons and your start and select, which is nothing new there. But awesome controller. It made it a little bit more ergonomic than what was the NES controller.
Just the rectangle.
Yeah, the boxy feel. Great controller. You could play hours on this and you wouldn't get cramped up.
Yeah.
And I never had one stop working on me. Fantastic controller. Started what is controllers now.
Number 4.
Number 4, the Nintendo GameCube controller at the time was the most comfortable controller to hold.
And I think personally it's because the back buttons had those grooves for your fingers just to sit in perfectly. Which we haven't really seen that anymore.
No.
So,
and to this day, I believe it is the best controller for fighting games. The Super Smash Brothers community still very much prefers this controller. We have a buddy who's extremely into Super Smash Brothers now, and he just wants GameCube controllers, and that's it. And they always plug them in. They don't use the Power A wireless one because it's got that slight millisecond of a delay, whereas plugging it in, you don't get that that lag. GameCube controller was also the first controller to have the offset dual analogs. The Xbox did have it as well, but it came out 2 months later, so Nintendo did beat them to the punch with that, as far as first-party controllers go anyway. It's got the most unique button layout with the way they did the A, B, X, and Y, and that's what makes it such a great controller for a fighting game. It's just got the A that is just the smash button that you're just wanting to push all the time, and then your more strategic buttons here, and then your B button. These are the 2 buttons you're going to push the most, and then the way the C stick is used, it didn't have the big grip around it. It was just for like quick flick of the stick. Awesome controller, still one of my favorite controllers. Stood the test of time. Nintendo keeps releasing it for new versions for their console. They came out with a new version when the Wii U came out for Smash Brothers, and then when the Switch came out, they released it again for Smash Brothers Ultimate. Number 4, the Nintendo GameCube controller.
Number 3.
the Xbox 360 controller, and I think the biggest one for this is compared to what it was going against at the time, which was the PS3, this controller blew the Dualshock 3 out of the water.
Yeah.
Because that was
way more comfortable.
Sony, I mean, their first several generations of controllers were just not comfortable, small, and just kind of hard to hold, where this was just so comfortable. I mean, I remember late nights with friends playing Halo for hours and hours with just Xbox 360s, and it's like, you never got tired, your hands never cramped. I mean, the angles are perfect for your hand to hold. I mean, it has the...
still might be the most comfortable controller to hold.
It still might be. I mean, the triggers were always great. So, I mean, I've spent a lot of time. I mean, like I said, I've never owned an Xbox, but I've spent a lot of time actually using this controller, which is an odd thing to say, but...
And they really last the test of time, too, because I've literally found controllers in the garbage covered in gunk, and I just wipe them down, and they work fine. I've never had one just
Yeah,
quit
you got years of Cheeto grease and Mountain Dew spills and stuff like that. I mean, this also had the removable battery pack, which people really enjoy that versus like a rechargeable controller. For ease or something, just, oh, my controller's dead, just pop new batteries in it instead of having to plug it in, especially, a lot of charging cables these days are 2 feet long, so you're like,
Number 2.
The DualShock 4. So like I said, the last several generations of Sony controllers stunk, pretty much. But then the DualShock 4 came out and absolutely just changed everyone's mind on the Sony's controllers. I think these are honestly almost more comfortable than the 360 controller. Just the way, the back just kind of shapes to your hand.
Ergonomic.
The triggers are so comfortable, and just, I don't know, just the layout. I played so many hours on the DualShock 4.
The rumble is really well done. The touchpad is actually utilized a decent amount on Sony games.
Yeah.
That extra button's nice, and they use that. And
we got that speaker in the front, which is super cool. I mean, that's been
Yes.
used pretty well in a lot of games I've actually played. And I really appreciate that, especially when you don't expect it, and all of a sudden the speaker comes out of, like, the sound comes out of your controller versus like your TV. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Ghost of Tsushima is the latest game that uses it a lot, and it's a really cool effect.
Yeah, so they actually use both the touchpad and the speaker really well. It's got the light bar, which people didn't like, but I actually kind of like when you're playing multiplayer. Everyone's just got a different color.
Yep.
Instead of just the normal 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was kind of cool, and that actually did correspond with the VR later on. But
The downside of the light bar is it did kill the battery life a lot quicker. You have to go into your settings and turn it all the way down, or you can turn it off if you want to.
That, I think that'd be our only complaint about this, is the battery wasn't great, and I know they didn't hold up over time. I know I'm on my 4th DualShock 4 now, so my back trigger buttons start fading, the rubber kind of comes off, but I've put hundreds of hours into them. So,
and I haven't had any issues with any of mine except the battery life dwindling over time. But still, I can get probably at least 4 hours before it dies.
Yeah, so I mean, my new one lasts quite a while. So it just, like I said, the textures on this were so well done. I never felt uncomfortable holding this controller, and honestly, the D-pad's good, and just everything works really well on this controller. So that's why it's number two for us.
Number 1.
That is the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller. To me, this may be the perfect controller. The only thing that it got rid of that the Wii U and the Wii had, and now the DualShock 4 has, is the speaker. I liked that speaker. This one doesn't have it, but it's got an amazing rumble. Nintendo always nails the rumble feature. It's got motion control, as does the DualShock 4.
Yes, forgot to mention that.
The buttons are all very good, very solid. It doesn't wear out over time. It is rechargeable as well.
But the battery life on the Pro Controller is just...
It's amazing.
I think it's like 40 hours or something.
Crazy. I leave these off my charger for days at a time.
Yeah, I think because I recently bought one compared to him, and within the last several months, I think it said like 40-hour battery life.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely insane compared to the DualShock 4 is maybe at best 6 hours. So
they don't have as many variations of this one as they do some of the other controllers. They've got this is the Super Smash Brothers version. They've got the plain black. They've got the Splatoon version, and then they've got the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 version. I think that's all they have for the official Nintendo ones. Whereas Xbox One and PlayStation have dozens of different colors that they offer.
And stuff.
But this controller is just phenomenal. When I held it for the first time, it fits perfectly.
Yeah, and everyone I've talked to has absolutely loved this controller for that reason. It's just you hold it and it fits anyone's hand size extremely well. But the one thing I really like about it is the weight of it is perfect.
Yes.
It is so well balanced, and I know that because probably meant for the motion controls, but it's like, you don't get a weird heavy in one grip or something. It's just perfectly balanced to me. So
that's our number 1 controller of all time. I hope Nintendo stays with this design because it has worked really well for them. Tell us what you think. What is your favorite controller of all time? Hit us up in the comments if you hated our choices.
Yeah,
let us know.
If you're just we thought we were just so wrong, just let us know. What is your favorite, and where would you rank these ones as yourself personally? So.
Yeah, if you like these kinds of videos, make sure to give us that big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you can see our videos in the future. Also, if you have not subscribed already, we are doing a giveaway right now
to new subscribers. So
check out our past videos for all the details. We do have, I think, 4 videos that we go over every single detail. Hit us up on our social media pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Super Platinum Achievement. We'll be glad to give you the details on there on Messengers as well. Until then, thanks for stopping by with us at Super Platinum Achievement. We'll hope to see you next time.
We'll see you later.
Later.